Hey there, welcome to Old Man Runner. In today's video I'm going to compare the Hoka One One Rocket X with my Hoka One One Carbon X-SPE and my recently retired Hoka One One Carbon X. First I'm going to take them out for a run, show you what they look like when we're out running. Then I'm going to stick them on the turntable and wheel them around and around so you can get a close look. And then we're going to discuss them. Now at the end of the video, make some recommendations on what you should and should not purchase. You may have seen a previous video, which I'll link up there, where I run around and I compare the Carbon X to the Carbon X SPE. And in this video, I'm comparing the Rocket X to the Carbon X SPE, and I ran around. And in this instance, I put on the shoe on different feet sometimes, just so I could get a good comparison. The Carbon X SPE and Carbon X have the same base plate. Now, I didn't run around that in part because they would feel the same, apart from the upper. And previously, we did this to one of them. Let's go running. I put the shoes on the turntable so you get a closer look at them. The Rocket X is straight out of the box, since they're box fresh, I suppose. And the Carbon X SPEs have got a marathon in them. And so they're a little bit worn here and there, particularly down the edge at the heel. And you'll see a few stones in them, etc., etc., etc. But I'll also put the weights and measures up at the top as they spin around. And we can have a look at them, and then we'll talk about them. Put 450k into this shoe, running mostly half marathons and then long runs preparation for the marathon training. So I loved it. I absolutely love this shoe. It's fast. For me, it's relatively light. and supremely comfortable. So I absolutely love this shoe. And when I had to replace it, I picked its kind of successor or other variant, I suppose, the X-SPE. I love running in this shoe and in its predecessor. Really, it's fantastic. I feel a great sense of wanting to push me forward. I don't sink too much down into it. This one, on comparison, I feel is very squidgy, very squishy. And I tend to be sucking down into the pavement. And I don't find the energy return that I was expecting. It's a lighter shoe, but for me, it's not a faster shoe. Now let's have a look at what Hoka have to say. The impossibly cushioned carbon-plated speed machine, the Carbon X. An incredibly lightweight, insanely responsive racer for elite athletes. The Carbon X and the Rocket X are both the same size. For me, it's a UK 12.5. I prefer 12, but it wasn't available. It's a US 13 in male, 14 in female, 48 EU. I'm not sure, maybe 31 Japan. But it's available in less sizes. They call it all gender. It's available in less sizes than the Carbon X, otherwise I would have got a size 12 UK. But I don't think the gender thing translates very well into the shoe. I think they're just giving it a size and saying, look, if you're a female, you wear 14. I don't think they actually changed the design of the shoe, which I think might be better. The X-SPE is a slightly heavier shoe, as you'll have seen on the Turntable statistics, and I'll link the others in the description below. It's a slightly heavier shoe. It's slightly heavier by about 6 or 8 grams than the Carbon X, but I don't think that makes any particular difference. And it's heavier reasonably than this Rocket X. But I don't find that it's that much heavier that would put me off, or that this is much lighter that I would choose it. I don't find the weight to be an interesting comparator. Interestingly enough, this shoe in the right shoe was 10 grams heavier than the left shoe. I have no idea why. Odd. And the upper on the Carbon X is a single piece of fabric, pretty much. It looks like nobody bothered to design the back. There's nothing going on in the heel. It's as plain as it gets. There's a nice bit of reflective material, which is good in winter. It's easy to put on and put off. It's conventional. It's got a conventional tongue. I think it must have been spray painted, because the yellow line goes all the way down through into the sole, as does the blue. And it's very even. So I think it's spray painted afterwards, and then the decals are stuck on afterwards. The Carbon X, by way of example, again, it looks like it's painted, but the lettering is formed by a stencil, and then there's this stitching. This shoe is harder to put on. That's probably why there's this heel tab. And when you compare this shoe, it's hard to put on. The laces seem to come undone all the time for me, but once it's on, it stays on. This is a joy to put on because it's got a single booty here, but it's made of different materials. This gold in this colorway is one material. Is the red tab. There's the fabric that holds this. There's the plastic bits that hold the laces, and then there's the mesh upper itself. They're very differently constructed, these 3 shoes. The base of these 2, as I've said, is identical. There's not much grip on this shoe. I mean, what I like about it is you can see into the carbon plate, but there's not much grip. I've said that before in the wet. The same is true of this shoe, even though they've put in these additional pieces into the outsole, which are more hard wearing. It's still, it's for fast days on flat. It's not for wet downhill sections of something or other. I went out on the South Wall the other day. There's a bit of algae, and I thought it was very slippy. This shoe is only available in this colorway. With what they call Diva Blue, I call Hoka Blue. On the Carbon X's, they call it Imperial Blue. But either way, this is only available in this colorway, which I don't particularly go for. This one is available in several different colors, more colors on the US site than the Ireland European site. And then this is my favorite colorway. This is available in a variety of different colors, but this is my favorite, the sort of what I call a red, white, and blue, or what they call tofu. But I like this shoe particularly. The shoes feel great. They all feel great, even though the Carbon X is more firm than the Rocket X. They still feel great. I mean, I just think that for me, the Carbon X would feel faster. And so for me, a big discussion is the positioning of the shoe. The Rocket X is the cheaper of the 2 shoes, but yet it's positioned as lighter and possibly faster. I don't find it faster, but I haven't done any objective testing for that. It's just running out on my initial feel. Certainly if I was to pick one to run a marathon on, I would be picking the X-SPE. I'm not sure about the position of these shoes. In terms of cost, the Irish site has the simplest. First of all, there's free shipping. Okay. And then you've got, let's see, this is €200. This is €180. And this is €160. 20 bucks in the difference each time. It's very simple to follow. In the UK, this is 170 pounds. This is 160 pounds. And then there's a big jump down of 20 pounds to the Rocket X. That's 20 pounds difference. So there's like 10 between these two and 20 between those. Whereas on the EU site, there's €20 between all these. Things get more interesting when you go to the US site. Okay. So this is 200 bucks. But both of these are 180 bucks. So there's kind of a different pricing strategy going on throughout the different regions. And with Hoka, it's quite hard, unless you use a VPN, to access the US data from here. You can't just click on the country and away it goes. If you're looking for the best value proposition, it's not the Carbon X-SPE. These are, I guess, a luxury shoe. You're paying €20 to have a bit of extra comfort over the Carbon X's in terms of getting them on and getting them off. But I love the look of that shoe. And sometimes when you're out running in long distances, you just want to make a shoe that feels good aesthetically and technically. If I wanted to save money, would I buy this shoe? No, I wouldn't. Because this shoe in the US is $180. Okay, so not much difference. Well, it's the same price as this in the US. But I think, and this is where the positioning is strange, that the best shoe, if I was going to economize, would be, I'd buy these. These are my tempo shoes, the Hoka One One Rincons. It's pretty much the same upper. It's the same material, slightly different form. And what's the difference is one of these has a carbon plate, one doesn't, and one has tremendous grip. These will grip, these won't grip. Now, in Ireland, these are €120. So these are €120. I know this is all getting very complicated. And this is €160. But in the US, at the moment, the shoe, that I say that, they've been updated by the Rincon too, which is slightly different, but not appreciably so. And €120 or £105. But in the US, this shoe, the Rincon one, is $91.99. Half the price of this. So if you really want a carbon plate in the US, don't buy this shoe. Buy this, it's the same price. Buy this shoe if money isn't the primary driver. And if money's the primary driver, go for one of these. These are fantastic shoes. I hope you found this video useful, probably confusing, but I'll put all the links in the descriptions below. And hopefully that will simplify things. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you subscribe or pop some comments down below as to which of the various shoes you like or you agree or disagree with the analysis. So on a budget, I'd pick this. Money, no object, I'd pick this one. But I enjoy running in both of them. There'll be other videos, and subscribe button should pop up here. Hopefully you subscribe if you found this useful, and then some previous videos will pop up here and links and all that sort of usual stuff that comes at the end of these sort of videos. I hope you found it some value. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, just keep running along.